Hey everyone, Tony George, DocSports.com. Let's go back to back with free play winners. We got the Nebraska first half line in. And as I told you in that video, can't trust them for 4 quarters, and you couldn't. Got beat outright as a 7.5 point, opened up as a 9-point favorite. Asterisks. Illinois is a pretty good football team. That's a good Nebraska defense. They shredded them all night. Nebraska had no answer for them. Lucky we covered the first half line. Nebraska, Raiola threw some dimes for Nebraska. He's going to be a good quarterback. Nebraska's got a lot of pieces of the puzzle back in place. But Belima, I'll tell you what, he's a good football coach. I don't care what happened to him down in Arkansas. Bottom line is, guy's a good football. Every time he puts a team on the field, they're fundamentally sound. Yeah, and they're going to be a tough out for anybody this year in the Big Ten. Anybody. That's a good football team. So they just beat 2 ranked opponents in Kansas and Nebraska, albeit way up in the top 25. But nonetheless, that's impressive. And Altmaier's a good quarterback, real good quarterback. That's a good football team. I underestimated them a little bit. I'll raise them in my power rankings next week for sure. But that being said, we got another one to win now. Now, over at the website, we're taping this on Saturday. I don't know how Saturday turned out yet because I'm taping this early during a rainstorm here in Kansas City on Saturday morning. But we have a 7-unit top play in the NFL this week. And don't forget, we went unbeaten on sides and totals last week on a very difficult week for a lot of people. We were able to go unbeaten. We got a 4-pack today. Doc Sports will tell you how to get it for free for a minute. This game here... Of course, we have Minnesota off a big upset win over San Francisco. And Houston, kind of an unimpressive win over Chicago, for lack of a better term. They were inside the 25-yard line 7 times and couldn't get it done. And at the beginning of the year, what I like to do the first couple, 3 or 4 weeks, is identify each team's weakness. And then compare that to who they're playing. So you can find weakness. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. They can't run the ball. Their offensive line gets overwhelmed. Look at Chicago. In that game against Houston. 7 sacks. They couldn't do anything. They get after the passer. So you look at these different weaknesses on these teams, and one of the teams that I've identified as really not having a weakness or a small weakness is Houston. This is a complete football team. This is a good football team. This is a playoff football team. Very well coached. Their weakness may be, and Chicago's got a better defense than what Minnesota has, but their weakness may be red zone conversions for touchdowns. Okay, they got a good kicker, but at day's end, they don't have a lot of weaknesses. It's a sound football team all the way around. They've got a 1-2-3 punch at wide receiver. It's as good as anybody's got in the league. Collins is going to be a superstar. Stroud is going to be a superstar at quarterback. And he makes good decisions and he doesn't turn the ball over. Now, I don't know what the Cincinnati Bengals were thinking getting rid of Joe Mixon. He's a good NFL running back. He had over 150 yards week 1. I mean, the guy can run north and south, bang with the best of them. He also has got breakaway speed, and he also is a good pass catcher out of the backfield and can break big plays. And again, Stroud just makes good decisions, doesn't turn it over. Game plan, solid. Play calling, solid. Defense, solid. Get after the passer. What's Sam Darnold's weakness? When he's under pressure. And if you take a look at that San Francisco game last week, they played and won in an upset win. I like to fade teams off upset wins, by the way, especially when they're laying points. Now, they're basically kind of a pick 'em ball game here. Pardon me. The one thing that if you watch that game at all with San Francisco. They went up and down the field on him, and they did it with a backup running back. Mixon's going to have a big day here. You prop players might want to take a look at Joe Mixon, rushing and receiving yards on the prop. Probably go over. FYI, I like Houston in this game. I like them on the money line, minus 125. I think they're going to get it done here on the road. This is a Circa Millions contest pick of mine. And I laid the 1.5, but betting it personally, money line. Yeah, I think Houston gets them. I think they're the better team. And I think Darnold, he's had a couple good games. Good for him. Good for him. I've always said one thing about Sam Darnold. All the years in the league with the Jets and all that, he can make all the throws. He's got an NFL arm. I'll give him that. I will give him that. But you put him under duress, that's when he turns it over. And bear in mind that the Minnesota Vikings lost the best player on their roster, and that was Justin Jefferson. He's out. That guy, a wide receiver, top 3 in the NFL without argument. All day long. Big playmaker. You can scheme defensively against him now because that huge, deep vertical threat they have with him is gone. And that's a huge advantage for a team like Houston, who's well coached and can scheme well defensively and really get after. They had 7 sacks last week. Yep. Give me Houston on the money line. Free play. Doc Sports, place to be, free $60. Expand the description under the video. There's a link that says free 60. Also on the website, there's a free $60 link. If you've never been a member of Docs, we'll park $60 in a new account. Comes with a profit guarantee, 0 hassles, 0 strings. Doc Sports has been around 53 years for a reason. And bear in mind that the only thing that costs any money over at DocSports.com out of your pocket is if you buy a pick. And we'll give you a free $60 even there. But there is a ton of great information, free picks on every sport known to mankind, survivor pool advice, all kinds of different things on that website. Go over and check it out. It'll help you make better decisions. Doc Sports, that's the place to be on Sunday. 7-unit top play. WNBA playoffs start. We did not have a winning regular season this year for the first time in 3 years. But we're going to finish strong in the postseason. Major League Baseball winding down towards the playoffs. About 9 games left. We're not winding down, we're winding up. We're up over $14,000 on the year. Going to finish that very strong and have a record-setting year in bases. Come on.